Hi guys, welcome back to Between You and Me. We are in the final era of season 1. It's been a long time coming. We've spent many weeks, many different topics, many different episodes, and I am very happy. I'm very happy with how everything turned out. I think this podcast has been one of the very fun aspects of my life. And it has been really interesting to talk about all these different things and to go deep with you guys and to have this connection between you and me. See what I did there? Today, I had a bit of a weird idea on what to talk about. It kind of just came to me one evening. I was just thinking, what to talk about in this week's episode? And then I thought, why not expose myself a little bit? Because that seems to be something that, I don't know, maybe people want to hear about. So what we're going to be doing is going through a couple different portions of my life, I guess you could say, and reading through my childhood diary. Now, I actually made a YouTube video about this a long time ago, so hopefully you guys haven't watched it. And if you have, I don't think I'm repeating any of the stories that I did talk about in that video, so that's good. But a lot of these stories are, I just want to let you guys know, fair warning, I was a little bit boy crazy within the time frame that this diary was a part of my life. So I call it a diary, obviously, because at the time I did do the little dear diary, comma, blah, 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 blah. Now I still do technically have a diary, although I call it journaling because I'm kind of doing something very different opposed to what I was doing 10 years ago. I was really just writing about my days, my feelings, boys, yada, yada, yada. Now I write about much more than that. It's basically just a mature diary. So we're not reading through my current one. That's for in another 10 years to read back on. Maybe not even, to be honest, because it's a lot more personal, a lot more deep. This is a lot more surface level shit, just random emotions coming from the top of my head. And like I said, basically every single journal entry that I'm going to be reading is about a certain boy that I had a crush on, a certain boy that I was quote unquote in love with. So yeah, I'm not going to be saying the names of these men. Not that they're in my life anymore. None of these people are, because this was a very long time ago. But just to save myself from further embarrassment, I will not be saying the names of these boys. But we're going to get into it. I hope you guys enjoy hearing a little bit of how I was like from the ages of 10 to 17. Okay, so I have my diary out in front of me. I'm literally going to read it out to you guys, word for word. I'll switch the names up from the top of my head. I'll just switch them up and change what the names are. But yeah, here we go with the first one. So this is from October 22nd, 2012. I was 13 years old. Dear Diary, I know I haven't written here in forever. Literally can't believe it. I've probably changed so much, my handwriting and everything. Well, let me get you up to date with my life. I'm in 8th grade, class 8 purple. Side note, that's how we differentiated our classes in my school. This was also when I lived in Switzerland. Anyways, back to it. Yeah, okay, so I'm really writing in here to blow off some steam. I'm so miserable. It all started last month, ... I was sitting on my bed just thinking about all the crappy things coming up, like tests and my retreat. And while I was just sitting there, I thought to myself, I just had this completely weird flash in my head that I have something worse to think about. It was that Jeremy is so totally falling for Margot. Okay, side note again. I changed the name of that boy. And Margot is my best friend. We've talked about her many times. Now, if you didn't know... Oh, I say it here anyways in the diary. Now, if you didn't know, Margot is my best friend. Oh, is now my new BFF, I actually wrote. And Jeremy was my date to the winter formal and now is sorta kind of a thing. Well, yeah, that just popped up in my head, and now 1 month later, I think I'm right. And journal entry. So basically, I had a thing with this guy, a very like nothing basically happened. He asked me out to a winter formal. We slow danced, and that's about it. But I obviously had a very deep crush on him, and I was picking up on these signals that he was into my best friend. Now, I guess that's all I had to say about that, but we're going to move on to the next entry, which continues the story a little bit. So this is actually a long time later. This is February 18th, 2013. Dear Diary, well, I feel like I should get you up to date. It's now 2013. I survived the end of the world. It's crazy because I didn't even notice. Well, now I'm in 8th grade, halfway through the year. The reason that I'm remembering to write in here is because my friend Margot is writing in her diary right now. She started because I inspired her, and now I guess she inspired me to continue. Well, anyways, if you flip back one page, you'll see that I was talking about how Jeremy likes Margot. And guess the fuck what? I was right. Damn, I'm so good. I totally saw that coming. You might be wondering why I'm not sad or anything. Well, the first couple of days that I found out, I was so sad. Now I've totally gotten over it. I realized that the only way I can get over one guy is to find another. Well, now I sorta kinda like this guy named Brad. Well, apparently he likes me, but I feel like he's too shy for me. Anyways, I guess I'll just have to give it a shot, right? So yeah, Jeremy really likes Margot, and she likes him too, so I guess that's a good sign. They're not going out though. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you, I have a YouTube channel. Beauty is yours today. YouTube Beauty Guru, 3,950 subscribers. Oh my god, wait, that's so cute. Okay, so that's the end of that journal entry. Just reflecting on that. That is so precious. First of all, the fact that I documented that I started my YouTube channel in between the time frame of that journal entry and the one before. That actually was so cute. Okay, so you can imagine I was so young when I started this channel. That's not really the point of the story. But anyways, this guy, Jeremy, was now obsessed with my best friend. And I know what you're thinking. Why did she go for him as well? I asked myself the same question. Obviously, this is so long ago, and I feel like at that age range, we were 13. Girl code was non-existent. Now, if that happened today, I kind of just liked that guy, and there wasn't really any history. So, I mean, it's not that deep, but it felt like at that time, everybody loved her, and I was like the sidekick, if I'm being honest. But it allowed me to grow character. So we're not going to dwell on that. A lot of the guys that I liked my best friend, and I'm sure a lot of us have been in that boat. But yeah, he ended up liking her. I don't know if I talk about it in my later ones that I'm going to read. Ooh, actually, let's go into the next one because it looks like I talk about him again. All right. Dear Diary, I'm really trying to... Oh, this is the 25th of March, 2013. I'm really trying to write in this more because it's good memories. Correct. It really is. For when I get older. So it's been a couple weeks and a lot has changed. I went through the whole Brad phase. I liked him. He liked me. We went on a date, but nothing else happened. I guess we're done now because he didn't ask me out to the dance. So yeah, I'm not too upset. I'm kind of one of those people who are more caught up in their job rather than guys. For job, I kind of mean hobbies. Right now I do cheerleading and I'm one of the flyers. I'm a pretty basic flyer. I can't do anything crazy. Oh, and I'm also a YouTuber. Now I have 6,000 subscribers. It's taking me a while to get up there, but I'm going to keep on trooping. I have a suckish laptop that is broken, and so it's been really hard to edit on my mom's laptop. So I'm so excited because I'm going to Spain with Margot on the 1st of April, which is the day after my birthday. I'm going to be missing my dad's birthday, but it's okay because I'll make it up to him. I'll have to get him a present. Not sure what to get him though. I really want a new camera, but I'm already getting a lot, so it's probably not going to happen. Anyways, bye. Okay, yeah, so that story I guess kind of died with Brad. He did actually end up asking me to the dance, but nothing really happened with him. Actually, I think we did share a kiss or two, but that's it. And I think he bit my tongue, actually. I just remember that. He did. When we were dancing at the school dance, I think he might have like tripped on his foot or something, and then his chin hit my mouth, which hit my tongue. Anyways, that's kind of disgusting. let's move on to the next story, the next diary entry that I picked out. All right, so this is January 17th, 2014. So we're fast forwarding a year later. Dear Diary, let's start this off in chronological order. Last time I wrote in here was the 30th of November, 2013. So I think the right place to start off is Christmas. So I spent the winter break in Canada, in Montreal and Toronto. Obviously in Toronto, we were house hunting, looking at schools, and all that annoying shit you do before you move. But we celebrated Christmas in Montreal with my cousins and stuff. Well, I also got a MacBook for Christmas. Pretty shitting awesome. Next, New Year's. Also spent that in Montreal at my uncle's house. Pretty fun too. So now we're obviously back in school. I'm basically counting down the days that I've left, not many more days. You know what the saddest part is? I can't even imagine living anywhere else. I just can't. It's really weird. I'm having a complete mind block to it because it's happening so fast. People are already starting to come visit my house. I'm getting so depressed. Plus, my social life is pretty weird. I'm like making good friends with people. I'm just gonna have to leave really soon. And completely different from Margot. She's making so many friends. She's pretty much trying to find someone to replace me. Just saying. Well, let's change the mood of this quickly. Trevor's having a party. Just realized I've been so busy bitching about my life, I didn't get a chance to tell you some exciting shit. I kissed someone. I drank and it was so fun. I've been going out like literally every weekend now. Made out with 3 guys in one night. Ha, pretty fun. And then I said their names. There's 3 different people. I can't make up enough fake names right now off the top of my head for 3 different people and remember them. But I only don't regret one. Blank. He was all right. I mean, it's blank. He's like my bro. Not ... I don't know, it's weird. So I made out with them 3, and I regret making out with blank and blank. And then I wrote reasons for them. So first one is blank. Fucking weird and annoying. Oh, and can't forget cocky. And then blank. Going out with blank. Okay. Then I wrote, OMG, I'm such a terrible person. But anyways, we're good now. She's so much nicer than I expected. So I have 35,000 subscribers. Oh, and what I wanted to say was Trevor's having a chill sesh, and I want to make out with him. It's my goal. Let's see if I can do it. End of journal entry. Okay, there's a lot to talk about for this one. So if we go back to the beginning, this was when I found out that I was moving to Canada. So we visited Canada to find a place to live, and also we have family in Montreal. So we came here, and then I was reflecting on my little Christmas and New Year's, and then I got obviously very sidetracked. The way that I used to write in this diary was so funny. It was like I was talking to a friend of mine or something like that. So I would get really sidetracked with the way that I would like explain things. And I basically just wanted to give updates on my life, which is fun. I like that I did that because I now can read this and look back and be like, oh my God, that's what I was doing at this age. That's what I was doing, you know, at that point in my life, etc., etc. So it's cool to see. But I very much got confused, I think, a little bit with what I was talking about because then I started talking about Trevor. Trevor was a guy that I basically had a very, very big crush on as soon as he moved to the school. I just found him very cute. And he was like, I guess, a mutual friend. I wasn't very close with him, but he was friends with my friends. And he was having a chill sesh, apparently. So that was something that I was excited for. And then I got sidetracked again. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot to tell you I made out with 3 different guys in one night to add the cherry on top. Now, let me see how old I was. 14. All right, so that's a lot for a 14-year-old, I won't lie. Not sure what I was doing, but apparently I was also drinking, so that's good. But yeah, so apparently I was drinking. I actually remember this night very, very clearly. I made some pretty strange decisions. I ended up going out and drinking with some of my friends after a school function. Like there was literally a play or something, and we were getting community and service hours for staying there and giving tickets, I think it was. So after that finished up at around like 7 or something, we left. It was like a Wednesday, mind you. And then we left and went out to like the city, bought some alcohol. I have no idea how. I don't know who did at the age of 14. I think some of my friends might have been 15 already, but even at that age, you have to be 16 to get like beer in Switzerland. So I really have no idea how we got that, but we did. And I remember it was this thing called Trojka. Now, I don't know if that's a European thing. I'm pretty sure it is because I don't think they have that anywhere here. I remember it very clearly. Green Trojka. Disgusting. It was sugary, bitter ass vodka, like so foul. Anyways, not the point. We drank. I think that must have been the first time I ever really kissed someone. I think before that I had only like pecked someone on the mouth, and I think I was on the lips. And I think I was 12 when I had my first kiss. So a couple years later, I finally had a real kiss. And apparently with 3 different boys that were out with us, which is funny because those were my closest friends. So yeah, is it funny or is it weird? I think it's weird actually. But clearly I wasn't very happy. I had decided that I regretted all of them except for one. And I didn't make a fake name for him, but we'll call him Frank. And Frank, I actually kind of liked at the time. So for him, I didn't feel as weird about it. But the other 2, I said one was very cocky and weird and annoying. So I don't know why I kissed him. I couldn't tell you. And the other one actually had a girlfriend. So that was definitely a low moment for me. But she did find out. And, I wrote here, we're good now. She's so much nicer than I expected. And honestly, I think she still hates me to this day for that. I think at the moment, I didn't think it was that deep because I didn't really like her boyfriend at all. I just ended up kissing him. Now, there's not much of an explanation as to why I did that. I think that's just being immature, stupid, and intoxicated. And also kind of obviously the boyfriend's fault, right? I take full responsibility. It is totally my bad. I've never done that again in my life. So good thing that happened when I was 14 so I could learn my lesson, because she was very mad at the beginning and would purposefully, be a bitch to me at school. Honestly, totally understandable, totally fair. I accept it. I was trying to be so nice to her after that. And then I realized, I just can't really do anything. I'll just let it be. And then after the new year, she's like, hey, I just want to be on good terms. Like, I don't want to have any bad blood between us. It's a fresh new year. Let's just get through it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad you said that. Yes. I'm so sorry about everything that happened. But as a matter of fact, I still think that she hates me. I did see her a couple years ago when I went back to Switzerland. Still think she hates me. Totally fine. Totally okay with it. I dug my own grave with that one. But she stayed with that guy. She didn't break up with him. So that's not really on me. That one required a big explanation, but yeah, so I did end up actually going to that chill that Trevor was throwing. I said my goal was to make out with him, but I don't think I did at that function. I did later on though. Okay. This is May 6th, 2014. Hey, long time no see. Well, it's been 2 months. It actually feels like it went by really fast. I started school already and went back to visit 2 times. Ha ha ha. Well, let's see. It's been quite a boring couple of months. I actually thought this would honestly never happen. It's kind of really scary. So I started school at blah, 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 high school. I mean, I mostly hate it, but there are some good things. Very few, but some. I would say my quote unquote friends are a good thing, but I wouldn't be completely honest. They're just not my type of friends, to be honest. I don't feel like I'm in the right friend group. It's blank, blank, and blank. They're pretty cool, but they're just not the same as my Swiss friends. I miss them so much. There are 3 hot guys. Blank, blank, and blank. But I haven't talked to any of them. I just know of them. My friends are honestly so freaking boring though. I can't even. They don't do anything, let alone go out. They can't even have a goddamn sleepover. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, the guys are total dickbags here. All they want is, yeah, you can imagine what I said there. Like WTF. When I say that, I honestly mean it. 100% of girls go to parties with the intention of hooking up with guys. Ugh, I totally hate it. At least the Swiss guys were more tolerable. Okay, so I met Adam, and I actually think he could be a really awesome guy best friend. Most of my friends hate him, but I feel like I can actually see beneath his outer shell. He's actually really insecure. He puts on this kind of gangster act, though, but it's hilarious. He's really cool. I feel like he's kind of a wannabe popular kid, though. He should just be himself. Out of the class, he doesn't even acknowledge that I'm there, so I don't know. He's so chatty in my classes, but a stranger in the hallways. Okay, I have to eat dinner. Wish me luck with the cute boys. Okay, so that is the end of that entry. There was a lot that I talked about in this. So obviously, this is when I had moved already. I lived in Canada at this point, and I was talking about how it's really sad and I miss my friends from Switzerland. And then I talk about my friend group that I didn't like. And completely fair, because, you know, sometimes you just don't vibe with your friends like you did back home. And I was honestly doing that thing that's very toxic, where you compare people to other people and other relationships that you have. But it's fine, because I kind of knew in my gut that these were not girls that I was like very, you know, had a lot in common with or really, really liked. They were obviously nice people, nice girls. I appreciated them being nice to me when I was a new person in the school, and them like bringing me under their wing in a sense. But I just didn't really vibe with them the same way that I had with my friends in Switzerland. So I was pretty sad about that. I felt like I didn't really find my group of people until like later on in my high school years. But I was talking about how they're boring and they didn't do anything and they couldn't have a sleepover, which was all true. I tried to plan sleepovers with them. It didn't work. One time I brought them to a fair and I actually had those tiny little bottles of alcohol. You know, those ones that you like get on the plane or like get in a hotel. I don't know how I had them, but I did. And I took them with me and I made little mixed drinks for us in like McDonald's cups. I was a weird kid, honestly, now that I'm thinking about this. Like, I couldn't just have sober fun. Like, I needed to just do some crazy shit all the time. But I did that. And one of them didn't want to drink. And the other one that did drink actually acted like a complete fool. Like, we literally had to bring her home. She fell off of a bench. And you can imagine how much alcohol is in those tiny little things. Like, not enough. Not enough to make you act like that. But it goes to show I'm not friends with those girls anymore. Wish them the best. But yeah, not friends with them. So, you know, wasn't the best friendship pairing. Anyways, I move on to talk about 3 different hot guys in school. That's actually so funny because these names that I've written down, it's like, they're not cute. Like, me thinking about it now, they're not cute. And I know where they all are today. Not like I know them personally like that, but I just have like seen them recently, kind of. Don't want to expose these people, but it's just funny. 3 hot guys. Never ended up talking to any of them, never ended up dating any of them, never ended up kissing any of the hot guys. So that's good. And yeah, basically I was just talking about how the culture, I guess, was very different here. Like, it felt like in Switzerland, everyone became friends, everyone was like buddies, and then, you know, we would go out and do fun things. But here it was like really split up and like segmented into these like popular kids. Those kids would have like parties with just them and they would have alcohol, but nobody else was included in that. And then they wouldn't talk to any other people. But it felt like back home where I was in Switzerland, everybody was very inclusive. Like, it doesn't matter what social circle you were in. Like, if we were going out and we saw you, we would hang out with you, we would chill with you, we would, you know, invite you to whatever that was going on. So basically what I was saying in this is that I wasn't quite happy with my new school overall. All right, let's go on to the next one. I think I have like 2 or 3 more. This is going into another year. So we're skipping by the years. This is May 9th, 2015. So I was 16 years old here. Dear Diary, I love my diary because it's a place that I can always go to and it's something that keeps me sane, to be honest. Sometimes I just want to scream and tear my hair out because of how unhappy I am. I know I'm just a teenager and I shouldn't be so judgmental about life, but there are times when I'm just so angry at everything and I don't feel like I'm taking full advantage of what I have. Sometimes I feel kind of trapped in this loop of never-ending cycle of waking up, going to school, coming home, sitting in bed, and then repeat. There's nothing exciting or interesting, no one to constantly be with or keep me company. And that's what puts me in these random slumps where I feel completely unmotivated to do anything, and I feel so unhappy that it overwhelms me. Damn, this got deep. I don't know what would make me happy, to be honest, but for some reason I feel like having a boyfriend would make me so happy. But I don't know, would it? Is that what I really need? Well, I won't be able to freaking find out because I freaking ruined my chances with the only attractive guy left in my grade that would ever go for me. And I don't even want to begin to explain the drag of a story that is my love life because it's so confusing. And I hate everyone right now, especially guys. I feel like I need legit guidance and I just want to cry and do nothing and cry some more. Okay, bye. Signing off. Alex, the loneliest girl ever. Ugh, what a baby. Why do I feel bad for my teenage self? I think I'm doing some inner child, inner teenager healing right now because I actually am like, oh my God, what was going on with me? I don't even remember that, like, feeling like this at that age, but clearly I was going through it. Clearly I was having a bit of a maybe one could say a mental health crisis, but obviously at this time I was kind of like walking around the subject of mental health because I don't really think I knew what it was, but I clearly was just unhappy. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. I think I was in maybe a little bit of a low vibrational state, and I was just getting really bored and really overwhelmed with the repetitiveness of life, which is so relatable. My 16-year-old self is so relatable because that's how I feel so consistently throughout my life. I get into these funks or these slumps, I think that's what I called it. And that happens to me all the time. That's why I always need to do something to switch up my life to make it feel a little bit interesting, in order for me to kind of balance, I guess. Because when you're in the same routine over and over and over again, it gets so exhausting, it gets so boring. You need something to change and something to switch it up. And clearly my 16-year-old self thought a boyfriend would. Which, I mean, I feel like it probably would, but I'm glad that I didn't have a high school relationship because I think it would have stopped me from being free and like really finding out who I was at that young age. Because, I don't know, I have a couple friends and I know a couple people that got into like very early relationships, like 17 or 18. And as great as it probably was for them in the moment, I think it did almost hinder them. And I'm not saying if you're in a high school relationship, it's bad. By all means, everything that happens for a reason. So if you're in a high school relationship or if you were in one, it happened for a reason. It happened for you to learn so-and-so lessons. And if you're single now, congrats. If not, keep on doing you. But I really wanted a boyfriend, apparently. And this is not a new subject because clearly I'm talking about boys in every single one of these diary entries that I was just lovesick, I guess. I genuinely think all I could think about day in, day out, from the ripe age of 13 all the way into this one, which is 16, I'm talking about boys. And the boys that I like, and the boys that I'm obsessed with, and the boys that I want to kiss. I'm a sicko. Honestly, I really am a sicko. Hopefully this is relatable to you guys because I don't know if I'm just the only one that was insanely obsessed with boys. Maybe you guys were too, but you don't have a detailed ass diary that's reminding you of it because I honestly don't even remember this until I start reading it. But we'll go into the next one. We'll see what happens with this guy that apparently I missed my chance with. Okay, so I think we're in my sad era because this next one is a really borderline depressing journal entry. We've got August 31st, 2015. So I was 16 here as well. Dear Diary, I hate everyone so much right now. I don't know if it's just because I'm on my period or not, but I honestly want to slap everyone. I'm so annoyed at life. I'll leave my reasons for hating life right here. And now I have bullet points. Number 1, I have no fucking money. Number 2, my parents won't fucking give me money. Number 3, I don't have a boyfriend. Number 4, I don't have any nice clothes. Number 5, I'm ugly. Number 6, I can't get my hair cut without money. Number 7, I can't drive, therefore I can't go fucking anywhere. Number 8, I can't go to the gym. Number 9, I have no motivation to do anything. Number 10, I hate everyone and I can't think of anything else. But yeah, bye. I hate you. That's how I signed off. Oh my God. Okay, so this is a PSA of what to not do in life. It's to point out all the bad things that are going on in your life. Because now you're mentally only thinking about the negative things in your life and you're hyper fixated on everything that's not working for you. And what's going to come for you is more negativity, okay? I want to rip that page out of my diary, but I won't because I need to preserve it. But it's just so sad to see little Alex being in such a depressed little mood and taking it out on myself, calling myself ugly, first of all. I would never do that today. I don't believe in that. But clearly I was upset that I didn't have money and my parents weren't giving me any. And that I didn't have money, which meant I couldn't buy nice clothes and I couldn't get a haircut and I couldn't get a car, so I couldn't go anywhere and I couldn't buy a gym membership. And yeah, just many things that weren't working out for me. And it's actually funny because it's putting me into perspective of where I am today. And I know that there's a lot of, time between 16 and 23. But I definitely have a lot of the things that I wanted there. I have money now. I don't ask my parents for money. I don't have a boyfriend, which is fine, but I think I have nice clothes. I don't consider myself ugly anymore. I can get a haircut because I can afford it. I can drive because I have a car and I can afford it. And I can go to the gym because I can afford it. So let's count our freaking blessings, ladies. Things change. Good things happen. Next one is in grade 11. So November 24th, 2015, which means I am still 16 here. Dear Diary, it's been a while. Just a quick update. I started grade 11 and I'm doing pretty good. School's decent and my friends are great. The sad thing is that I'm continuously so unsatisfied. Okay. It's so hard. Life is crazy and I feel like it's going by too fast. I know I'm only 16, but I haven't done half of the things I should have done in my younger years. For example, a summer fling, sneaking out, having a boyfriend, my first love. These are just the few I could think of. I just need more time. I'm coming to the end of this diary and it kind of scares me. So much of my life is in here. I don't want to let it go. And then I drew a line and I wrote, I'm starting a new subject now. I'm not letting myself droop into that disgusting slump I was once in. I'm going to take charge of my life. I recently started modeling, but I haven't had my first photo shoot yet. I'm hoping for something good. I really see a lot of potential in this. So like I said, I'm taking charge. If I want something to happen, I'm going to make it happen. I'm sick of being scared of everything. That's why I've missed out on so much. I used to have Margot. She made me adventurous and fun, but I think being apart has helped me learn that I can't rely on her. I'm all on my own. I need to make opportunities for myself. I need to stop being a pussy. So that's my goal right now. It's always good to have a goal to keep you on track. Next subject. My most recent crush, Ralph. Sorry, these fake names that I'm making are just funny. Anyways, we'll see how this situation goes. I'm going to take my own advice in this situation and just fuck shit up and not be scared. Wish me luck. Okay, so obviously I was sad in this one and I was talking about, once again, listing out the things that I don't have and that I want to have. A summer fling, sneaking out, having a boyfriend, my first love. So ridiculous. So ridiculous how everything relies around love and having a boyfriend. I really was in the weirdest mentality and genuinely, guys, please tell me that I wasn't the only one that was like this because it's sad. I'm reading this and I'm I feel bad for myself. But also it's I was so young. So it's I don't know. Was everybody thinking like this? Who knows? If I thought about this right now and if I was so stuck on the idea of always having a guy, I would lose my goddamn mind. First of all, men really ain't shit. Let's be honest. There's a couple good ones out there potentially. But for the most part, they're more of a, how do you say, hindrance to your life. So wait until you're actually mentally capable. For anyone out there that might be like how I was when I was 16, wait until you're actually mentally capable to basically, how do I put this? Basically take care of a child, because that's what a relationship is like with a man. Moving on. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Ooh, this is a funny one. Okay. All right, this is December 2016. So I was 17 here. Dear Diary, I need a fucking wake-up call so bad. I'm going to lay it out in bullet points so the next time my ass falls for another waste of time, I'll know. I love how within a year my mentality changes. All right, here we go. Number 1, you don't need no man. Number 2, never fucking rely on a man to make you happy. Number 3, if a man isn't chasing you, he's not worth your time. Number 4, you're still young. Your life does not revolve around your relationship status. Number 5, focus on the people who are in your life, not the ones who you wish were. And number 6, make yourself happy because no one else has that power. I know the right guy will come along. Recently, all I ever think about is who I should go for and who I find cute, and I'm so fucking over it. It's literally time for me to take charge of my life, and if a good guy comes along who deserves me, then I'll decide if he gets to be with me. Okay, needed to get that shit out. Peace and love, always. Alex. All right, that was the last one and the end of that journal entry. And it's so funny how I read the previous one, talked about it, and kind of basically summarized what I said in the next one. And that's funny. So I guess that's when I finally put 2 and 2 together and realized that men really ain't shit, and that I'm genuinely just wasting my time thinking about the next cute guy or the next guy that I wanted to date or the next guy that I had a crush on, which is true. It really is mentally taxing to be in one-sided situationships because I think I was just like in love with a bunch of guys, and then it was very not reciprocated for me, and then it got tiring, you know? So with that being said, I'm glad I came to the conclusion and drew up this little list of 6-7 things to remember for the future because they are actually very important. So shout out to 17-year-old me. I really knew what I was saying. Don't ever rely on anyone else for your happiness, especially a man. My God, I have really lost faith in men recently. I'm not going to lie. So if I'm talking bad about them right now, that's why. I'm sure that'll change in the future. But right now, I don't know. They're just all annoying. All of them, genuinely. My male friends, annoying. Sorry, love you guys, but you're all annoying too. Men are just annoying to me right now. But that's besides the point. So yeah, those are all of my little journal entries, confessions, if you will, confessions of love to my, boys that I've known in high school. Every single name that I said, apart from Margot, I think, was fake. So if you heard a name, that is not a real name. That has to do with these people. So please do not think I'm talking about you if I know you and that's your name. But what I did do is get a couple juicy confessions from you guys from my Instagram, which is at Between You and Me podcast, so that you guys could contribute to this, okay? So that I could get some embarrassing information or some feelings out of you guys, some things that you might not want to tell anyone else, and I can share them here, obviously, anonymously. I'm not crazy. I wouldn't put your name in this. Okay, let's get into those. There were only a few, and some of them were a little bit short and sweet. But this first one says, my work is so toxic that I told them one by one all of the rumors about them and then quit my job after. Honestly, as you should. I would do the same. Just fuck shit up a little bit right before you leave them in shambles, and then you're gone, and then you don't have to deal with it. I like that energy. All right, the next one is, I might want to break up, but I'm scared of getting hurt. I deactivated my real Instagram because I see his socials with his friends and I feel more alone. I don't have friends and I'm new to the city. The fact that he's around his friends more often is getting to me and I can't deal with it. Okay, babes, so let's break this down a little bit. So it seems like you want to break up with your boyfriend because you're scared of getting hurt, and what hurts you more is that maybe you've just moved away recently. Maybe you're in a long distance relationship is what I am getting here. And that you feel alone because he's spending time with his friends and you haven't been able to make any new friends in a new place yet. Totally fair. Your feelings are very valid in that situation. as you might have heard with me talking about, my move and my little diary entries, it's definitely very hard to get to know people at the beginning and to make new friends that you feel very close with. So I think that it's really easy to compare yourself to your boyfriend, who is probably the closest person to you right now, and see how he has all these close people with him and friends that he loves to spend time with, and that you don't have that. But what I want you to do is separate these two things, because, just the simple fact that your boyfriend has friends that he's hanging out with and you right now feel like you don't have that, I don't think that's any reason for a breakup. But if there are more reasons as to why you might not want to be with him anymore, then those are potentially very valid reasons, but I don't know them. But I think right now you should focus on yourself. It's totally fine if you do want to keep your Instagram deactivated because you don't want to be looking at that stuff, and that's totally up to you. But I think just getting yourself out of your shell, spending less time on social media could also really help, because it's giving you less opportunity to compare yourself to other people who might be with their friends and spending time with their friends. But get yourself out of your shell, baby steps. Go out and see, if you're going to school, go out and ask some friends if they want to go out and get a coffee after class. Make some small talk with people, little by little. Try to get more comfortable with talking to other people, creating your own safe group of friends and people that you can trust. And it's not an easy process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. You just have to be committed to going out there and finding good people and knowing that you will find good people eventually. You will find a good circle of friends, and keeping that positive attitude, because that's how you're going to attract good people into your life. And besides that, if there's something else that's troubling you in your relationship, then speak to your boyfriend about it. Explain your feelings to your boyfriend, and then go from there. All right, our last confession says this. I really hate my roommate. She wasn't friendly with me from the start. She would always have people over and never respects me when I ask her to be quiet with her friends at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep. One day I was so fed up that I dropped her toothbrush in the toilet on purpose and put it back. A few days later, she told me she thinks she caught food poisoning and missed her final exam because of it. I don't feel bad. Whoa, that's a bit of a sicko thing to do, but I don't know. If you don't regret it, if you don't feel bad, then she must have been pretty annoying, pretty shitty to you. But my advice is to not keep your toothbrush close to hers, first of all. And to make sure that, if you're really hating your roommate and having trouble, then figure out where you're going to go next year. Hopefully you can find a new roommate or a new person to live with if you're dreading it that much. And also just maybe communicating a little bit better with her, maybe setting some ground rules, being like, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen, this is what's going to happen. Maybe telling her, let's work out some rules together so that we don't both go insane because I hate you, you hate me. Let's work out some way that we can coexist without both of our mental health being drained. Obviously, do not ever expose to her what you did to her toothbrush, because you don't know what's going to come back to you. Okay? Take that one to the grave. But anyways, those were some good confessions, guys. I didn't get many. I think you guys were a little nervous to confess, but it's totally fine. But I did my fair share of confessions, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you got a little bit of entertainment, maybe a little bit of knowledge from my previous 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old self. But if you guys did enjoy this, then I would love for you guys to rate the podcast. This is the finale episode, so based on everything that you've heard so far, give it the highest rating your heart is willing to give, and do it on either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever you guys are listening to. I would truly, truly appreciate it so much. I am going to be taking a 2 to 3 week break. You can stay updated on my Instagram, and I'll also obviously be talking about it on YouTube if you guys watch me there. That's where I will be announcing the new season. We have more things coming, a few guests on the future episodes, more new topics to talk about, and I'm very excited for you guys to hear it. I love you guys so much. This has been an amazing season. Shout out to you guys for sticking with me through this whole entire process. And I will see you guys in season 2 of Between You and Me. Bye, guys. Love you.